Hello everyone and welcome to Fatma Sami's channel. Today's video is for grade 6 semester 1. In this video, we're gonna do some exercises on Unit 3 class book. Unit 3 Places World of Wonder magazine. What are your favorite places in your town or city? Which buildings do you know? Exercise number 2. Look and match, then listen. Check and repeat. Let's see the answers. Number 1. Apartment building. Number 2. Skyscraper. Number 3. Office building. Number 4. Factory. Number 5. Castle. Number 6. Tower. Number 7. Stadium. Number 8. Hospital. Number 9. Sports center. Number 10. Palace. Number 11. Harbor. Number 12. Swimming pool. Exercise number 3. Listen and read. Do the wow quiz and write the places. Let's see the answers. Number 1. Hospital. I stayed there last year. I can remember the smell. The doctors and nurses were kind, but I wasn't happy at that time. I couldn't play volleyball or football. I watched cartoons all day. I wanted to go home. Number 2. Skyscraper. This is the tallest building in the city. I like going there to do photography. There is a cafe at the top and you can go outdoors on a sunny day. You can see the whole city but don't look down. Number 3. Castle. I love this place. I visited it with my family last summer. It's so old. It's great for history projects. You can walk to the top and the view is amazing. Also, if you are feeling energetic, you can walk around the walls. Number 4. Factory. My classmates and I visited this place last summer. We watched a video about the history of the chocolate and then saw how to make chocolate. The smell was delicious. I would like to work here. I bought some chocolate in the gift shop on the way out. Exercise number 4. Work in pairs. Look at the places on page 66 and 67. Answer the questions. Let's see the answers. Number 1. Which places can people live in? Apartment buildings, skyscraper, castle, tower, and palace. Number 2. Which places do people work in? Skyscraper, office building, factory, castle, tower, stadium, hospital, sports center, bus station. Number 3. Which places do people use for sports? Stadium, sports center, swimming pool. Number 4. Which places are in your town city? Exercise number 5. Play guessing game about the places you have visited. Describe a place. Can your partner guess the answer? Let's read the example. There were so many people in this place. Some people were standing up so we couldn't see very well, but the match was exciting. Were you at the stadium? Yes, I was. Your turn. Exercise number 1. Listen and read. Which places do Reem and Julia talk about? Let's read the dialogue. Oh dear, where's the sports center, Julia? We went past the apartment building where our friend Sharifa lives. Right, and then we saw the stadium where my brother went to the football match. I don't believe it. We're going to be late for the swimming class. I think it's this way. It's near the hospital where I went in April. I don't remember the time when you went to hospital. Really? It was the day when we went to the chocolate factory. I was sick, remember? Oh, yes, I remember. You weren't the only child who ate too much chocolate. I did not like it in hospital. I was bored. The doctors were really nice, but the Wi-Fi wasn't very good and I couldn't go online. Hey, look, there is a map. Oh, yes, we're here. And what's this big place? Oh, it's the thing that we are looking for. The sports center is right behind us. No way. Now let's answer the question. Which places do Reem and Julia talk about? Sports center, apartment building, stadium, hospital, and factory. Exercise number 2. Work in pairs. Read the dialogue again and answer the questions. Let's see the answers. Number 1. Where does Sharifa live? She lives in an apartment building in the town. Number 2. What did Julia's brother do at the stadium? He went to the football match. Number 3. Why did Julia go to hospital? She was sick because she ate too much chocolate. Number 4. Are they far from the sports center? No, it's right behind them. Exercise number 3. Work in pairs. Find these expressions in the dialogue. Then use the expressions and act out the dialogues. Let's find these expressions. Exercise number 4. Choose 5 places you have been in your town or city. Make a list and talk about the places with your partner. Are your lists the same or different? Let's read the examples. I've been to the hospital. It was the place where I first saw my baby brother. I went to the stadium when I was 10. Exercise number 1. Look back at the dialogue and listen to. Complete these sentences. Let's see the answers. Number 1. The hospital is the place where Julia went when she was sick. Number 2. They saw the apartment building where Sharifa lives. Number 3. Julia remembers the doctors who were really nice. Number 4. She went to the hospital on the day when they visited the chocolate factory. Number 5. The sports center is the thing that they are looking for. Exercise number 2. Look at the grammar table. Then read and circle the correct options to complete the rules. Let's read the table. Relative pronouns. He is the doctor who Julia saw in the hospital. A stadium is a place where you can watch sports match. What's the book that or which you want to read? I remember the time when you went to hospital. Now, let's complete the rules. Let's see the answers. We use that or which for things. We use where for places. We use when for time. We use who for people. Exercise number 4. Write the 3 questions about the dialogue and listen to. Then work in pairs and ask an answer. Let's read the example. Which building did they go past? They went past the apartment building where Sharifa lives. Exercise number 5. Listen and choose the correct answers. Listen carefully. Hey Matt, do you want to come into town with me and Mom on Saturday? Maybe. What are you going to do, Kate? Well, we want to go shopping. Then we're going to the cinema where Summer Days is on. Is that the old cinema that's opposite the library? No. The new cinema that's next to the office building where Dad works. Right. That's the place where there is a cafe too. Yes, and Mom knows Jane. She's the waitress who works in the cafe at the cinema. She says it's really good. We can have some juice there after the film. Sounds good. But hey, how does Mom know the waitress? She's the friend who Mom met at the sports center. They go swimming together. She came to our house once, remember? No, I've never met her. Oh, that's right. She came on the day when you were at the hospital. Oh, you mean the time when I broke my finger? Yeah. So how are you going to get there? Mom's driving us. The film starts at 6:45. Oh, I don't want to go shopping, so I'll go by bus and meet you there at 6:30. Okay, I'll tell Mom. Now, let's see the answers. Number 1. Where's the new cinema? B. Next to the office building. Number 2. They're going to go to the cafe, which is at the cinema. Number 3. Jane is the waitress who goes swimming with Kate's mom. Number 4. How is Matt going to get there? By bus. When is Matt going to meet them? At 6:30. Exercise number 6. Listen again and say true or false, then say why. Let's see the answers. Number 1. The film is called Summer Nights. False. It's called Summer Days. Number 2. The library is opposite the old cinema. True. The old cinema is opposite the library. Number 3. The cafe is really good. True. Jane says it's really good. Number 4. Kate wasn't at home when Jane came to the house. False. Matt wasn't at home. Number 5. The film starts at 6:30. False. The film starts at 6:45. Exercise number 7. Play the definitions game. Write a definition of a place, person, animal, or thing without saying the word. Can your partner guess the word? Let's read the example. It's a place where you go when you are very sick. In this page, we're gonna read a story. The Secret Room. Eddie and his sister Carrie were visiting an old palace. Welcome to Bingley Palace, said the guide as they walked through the entrance into the big hall with the high ceilings. They followed the guide up the stairs to the corridor on the first floor. This Lady Charlotte, the guide said, pointing to a picture on the wall. She lived here many years ago. She painted lots of pictures, but some of them got lost. Here is a picture of the palace. Look, the picture of the palace is wrong, said Eddie. He was holding his sketchbook next to the picture. There are only 2 windows in the tower. I draw 3 windows. Maybe you painted it wrong, said Carrie. Or orphans, there's a secret room, thought Eddie. He was touching a bookcase when suddenly it moved and he fell. Everything went to black. Eddie woke up. What were you doing? Carrie was talking to him kindly. He fell down some stairs. He found a secret room. Lord Bingley wants to see you. Oh, really? Eddie answered. He got up quickly and went to see Lord Bingley. You found a secret room in the palace, and in the room we found some of Lady Charlotte's painting, said Lord Bingley. Thank you. Oh dear, are you okay? No, it's my leg, said Eddie. Wait a minute. He took something from his pocket. It's the paint brush I was painting with. So now I can finish my picture of the palace. Now, let's underline the names of the palace parts. Exercise number 1. Today's book club text is a mystery story. Look and circle the words that describes a mystery story. Let's see the answers. Number 1. There is always a puzzle to solve. Number 2. One character is often a kind detective. Number 3. What mystery story do you know? Exercise number 2. Listen and read, then answer the questions. Let's see the answers. What do Eddie and Lady Charlotte both like doing? They both like painting. Number 2. Why is Lord Bingley happy? Because Eddie found some of Lady Charlotte's paintings that got lost many years ago. Exercise number 4. Discuss in groups. I'll read the questions for you. Number 1. How did Eddie find the secret room? Number 2. Why do you think the paintings were in the secret room? Number 3. Did you like the story and why? Exercise number 5. Work in groups. Plan and write a different ending of the story. Change the last paragraph. There is no right or wrong answer in this exercise. Exercise number 1. Look and match, then listen, check and repeat. Let's see the answers. Number 1. Steps. Number 2. Stairs. Number 3. Escalator. Number 4. Lift. Number 5. Entrance. Number 6. Exit. Number 7. Corridor. Number 8. Corner. Number 9. Wall. Number 10. Ceiling. Number 11. Floor. Number 12. Roof. Exercise number 3. Read the story again. Match the actions. Which actions are longer? Which are shorter? Let's see the answers. Number 1 matches B. The guide was talking when they walked through the entrance. Number 2 matches D. Eddie was holding his sketchbook when he looked at the painting. Number 3 matches C. Eddie was touching a bookcase when he fell. Number 4 matches A. Eddie woke up when Carrie was talking to him. Exercise number 4. Look at the grammar table, then read and circle the correct options to complete the rules. Let's read the table. Past continuous. She was playing in the garden when it started to rain. She wasn't playing in the garden when it started to rain. They were playing in the garden when it started to rain. They weren't playing in the garden when it started to rain. What was he doing when it started to rain? What were you doing when it started to rain? Now, let's complete the rule. We use the past symbol with the past continuous when a shorter action happens in the middle of longer action. Exercise number 5. Listen to 4 children. Which places do they talk about? Listen carefully. Number 1. We asked lots of children about their earliest memories. I remember my first day at primary school. I was wearing a uniform that was too big for me. We were early, so we had to wait outside the entrance on the steps. I remember those steps. They were so big, I was scared. Number 2. What about you? What do you remember? Well, I was staying at my grandma's house. I was going to the bathroom in the night when I saw something in the corridor. It was a cat, but I thought it was a monster. I was screaming so loud. I woke up my grandparents. I think I was about 4. Number 3. How about you? I was staying somewhere. I can't remember where. It was a beautiful bedroom. There was a painting of a castle on the wall, and the ceiling was dark blue with stars on it. That sounds cool. Number 4. What's your earliest memory? We were visiting a skyscraper. My mom and my sister were going to the top floor in the lift, but my dad and I decided to walk up the stairs. It was a long way, but we made it. I was so tired. My dad had to carry me home. Oh dear, your poor dad. Now, let's see the answers. Number 1. The steps outside the entrance of the primary school. Number 2. The corridor at her grandma's house. Number 3. A beautiful bedroom with a painting of a castle on the wall. Number 4. The stairs to the top floor of the skyscraper. In this page, we're gonna read about ancient cities in the Pan-Arab region. There are ancient cities and buildings in many countries in our region. They can tell us a lot about the past. Baalbek in Lebanon is more than 2,000 years old. There are amazing Roman ruins here, as well as an ancient mosque where people prayed. Today, you can learn about the cities at the museum here. There is also the Baalbek International Festival, which brings art and music to the city every year. Carthage was an important harbor on the coast of Tunisia, where many ships visited more than 3,000 years ago. Later, the Romans built a city here. Today, you can still see the city walls, Roman baths, statues, and theaters. Petra is an amazing city in Jordan, which people built into the rocks. People were buying and selling spices from India, China, and Egypt here more than 2,000 years ago. Today, most of the buildings are ruins, but you can still see an ancient theater, houses, and palace. Now, let's read a fun fact. Petra takes its name from the Greek word for rock. After reading, are there any ancient cities in your country? How old are they? In this page, we're gonna do a project. We're gonna make a tourist brochure about an ancient city. Number 1, in groups, find out about other ancient cities around the world. Use the questions in activity 3. Number 2, choose the city that you would most like to visit. Number 3, decide who will research to make notes about how old the city is, the most important buildings in the city, what you can see there today. Number 4, make your tourist brochure. Number 1, write short texts up from your notes on small pieces of paper. Number 2, glue your notes onto your brochure. Number 3, add photos or pictures. Number 5, present the information to the rest of the class. Exercise number 1. Watch or listen and read. Answer the questions. Let's read the dialogue. Welcome to the shopping mall. Is this your first visit? Yes, it is. I don't know where the different shops are. I can help you. Thank you. Can you tell me where the shoe shop is, please? Yes, of course. Go straight on. It's the 3rd shop on the right. Thank you. And where is the bookshop, please? It's upstairs. Take the escalator to the 2nd floor. It's the 2nd shop on the right. Thanks. And what about the cafe? Where is that, please? Oh, that's easy. It's on the ground floor. Go along the corridor and around the corner. The cafe is on the left, next to the exit. That's great. Thank you very much. Enjoy your visit. Now, let's answer the questions. Number 1. Why doesn't the boy know where to go? Because it's his first visit. Number 2. Which shops does he want to find? The shoe shop, the bookshop, the cafe. Exercise number 2. Read the dialogue again and correct the sentences. Let's see the answers. Number 1. The shoe shop is in the third shop on the right. Number 2. The bookshop is upstairs on the right. Number 3. The boy can't take the escalator to the second floor. Number 4. The cafe is on the ground floor. Number 5. The cafe is next to the exit. Now, let's learn more about pronunciation. Exercise number 4. Listen and read. Listen carefully to the colored words. Then listen again and repeat. We were visiting the bookshop. I was looking in a book. I was reading about some food and things that people like to cook. My sisters were waiting outside the shop. My brother was talking to me. He was cross, but I didn't hear him. I was thinking about my tea. Exercise number 1. Look quickly at the story and complete the sentences. Let's see the answers. Number 1. The girl in the story is called Russia. Number 2. The story begins and ends in her bedroom. Now, let's read the story. The Fantastic Bird. Russia was in her bedroom. She was trying to write a story for her homework, but she didn't have any good ideas. She stopped writing and started to draw. She sketched a really big orange bird with a long blue tail. She was pleased with her picture. After that, she decided to go to bed. It was late. She was laying in her bed when she suddenly heard a noise. She looked up. The bird from her picture was flying in through the window. The bird asked, "Do you want to fly?" Russia was amazed. She was adventure, so she climbed onto the bird's back. The bird zoomed out the window and flew over the city. Russia saw skyscrapers and factories. They flew over the office building where her mom worked. They flew over the harbor. The people in the boats looked very small. "Wow!" Russia yelled. At least the bird flew back to the apartment building where Russia lived and back into her bedroom. She climbed off the bird's back and got into bed. "Goodbye, bird," she said. She quickly went to sleep. When Russia woke up in the morning, she remembered her amazing adventure. "Oh," she whispered sadly. "It was just a dream." But then she smiled. Now she had an idea for her homework. She started to write when she finished her story. She looked up. She thought she saw something orange next to the window. Was it the bird, or was it her imagination? Exercise number 3. Read and answer the questions. Let's see the answers. Number 1. What was Russia's problem? She didn't have any good ideas for her stories. Number 2. What was unusual about the bird? It could talk. Number 3. Why did Russia climb onto the bird's back? Because she loved adventures. Number 4. Read the 2 questions at the end of the story. What do you think? Exercise number 1. Read, match the pictures to the paragraphs. Let's see the answers. Special tickets. Number 1, matches C. Ammar was at the stadium with his friend Qais. They were buying tickets for a football match. I'm so excited about the match tonight, Ammar said happily. Our number 9, Amjad Rashid, is my favorite player. Number 2 matches D. But then Ammar fell down some steps. Ouch, he shouted. My foot hurts. Qais quickly phoned Ammar's dad. Number 3 matches A. Ammar's dad took him to the hospital. A doctor looked at his foot. It was broken. Ammar was very sad. Oh, no, now I can't go to the football match, he said. Number 4 matches E. He was reading a book in his hospital room when suddenly the door opened and a man walked in. He was Amjad Rashid, the number 9 from his favorite team. Hello, Ammar, he said. I saw you fall down the steps. Now you can't go to the football match, so I decided to give you this. Number 5 matches D. Amjad gave Ammar 2 tickets for a match in April. You can watch me when you are better, said Amjad. Thank you, said Ammar, with a big smile on his face. Exercise number 2. Read the stories on pages 80 and 81 again, then complete the story plans. Let's see the answers. In this part of the table, we have the setting, the characters, the beginning, middle, and end of Fresh as a Story. In this part of table is the special tickets story. Let's complete this part. Let's see the answers. The setting was in the stadium and hospital. The characters were Ammar, Ammar's dad, his friend Qais, the footballer Amjad Rashid. The beginning of the story was buying tickets for a football match. The middle of the story was falls down steps, goes to hospital. The end was Amjad Rashid visits him in the hospital. Exercise number 1. Read the comments about the WOW magazine. Tick the comments from children who have visited all the places. Let's see the answers. Number 3. Marwa. I like mystery stories. I was reading the story in lesson 4 when I remembered an old palace that we visited. There were long corridors with paintings like the ones that Eddie saw at Bingley Palace. I saw a small door when I was walking along the corridor, but the guide who was showing us around said it was a cupboard. Number 4. Jassim. I've been to Petra. We went there when we were on a holiday in Jordan. We climbed the steps and walked along stairs where people walked 2,000 years ago. I'd never forget it. We learned so much about how people lived in the past. Exercise number 1. For each gap, choose the correct answer from the box below. Let's see the answers. Kuala Lumpur skyscrapers. Last year, I went to Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia. It's a very big and exciting city with lots of skyscrapers. A skyscraper is a tall building which has lots of floors. Most of them tall buildings in the city are office buildings, but you can find other things in them too. For example, I visited one skyscraper where there was a big shopping mall. I found a shop that had some fantastic computers. I was looking at a laptop when a famous Malaysian actor walked into the shop. There are apartments in some skyscrapers too, but I wouldn't like to live in skyscraper. I don't like going up and down in a lift. Exercise number 2. Talk to your partner. Talk about the town where you live. Let's read the examples of some questions you can ask. What is the most interesting place in your town? Which places do you visit most often? What old buildings are there in the town? Where do you go shopping? Graded Reader 1. Be an Architect Day. It was Be an Architect Day. An architect was visiting the class. She showed the students some models of buildings. The girls wanted to make models too. They looked at a photo of interesting buildings. This sports center is cool. It's got plants on the roof. This bookshop is very pretty. Hey, look, that's the factory where my dad works. The girls were very creative. They used cardboard boxes, plastic bottles, and paper straws. They used paint and glue. They were all working hard when the architect said something exciting. I'll give a building set to the person who makes the best model. My castle will have one exit. Please, can you give me the glue? The girls were talking excitedly about their models. They put them on a clean table. They all really wanted to win a building set. What's the building that you made? It's a skyscraper. It's an office building too. This is a hospital where many doctors and nurses work. What's the model that you think is the best? That's a hard question. All your models are great. Look, you have made an amazing city. The architect was very kind. She thought all of the models were really good. She decided to give a building set to everyone in the class. Graded Reader 2. The Amazing Apartment Building. Louise and Tom were going home after chess club. Their apartment was on the 5th floor. They were walking to the lift when they saw something was wrong. The lift wasn't working. A mechanic was fixing it. Let's take the stairs. Yes. Go through the door and around the corner. Louise and Tom took the stairs to the first floor. They were standing in the corridor when a friendly boy opened his door. The boy had an unusual pet. Wow, that's the lizard that I saw on the ceiling last week. It's very good at climbing. This is my lizard. I'm taking him for a walk. The boys went upstairs again on the second floor. They saw a girl who was knitting a really long scarf. On the third floor, they saw a boy who was juggling pineapples. On the fourth floor, they saw a family who had 2 trumpets, 2 flutes, and a very large drum. Finally, the boys arrived at the 5th floor. They were opening the door to their apartment when they heard a noise. The lift was working. It was more fun to take the stairs than the lift, Tom. We live in an amazing apartment building. I agree, Louise. We should take the stairs every day. We have reached to the end of our video today. Thank you for listening and watching, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel.